Okay, so today we're going deep on U.S. debt,
Debt, yeah.
but not just any debt.
Right.
Specifically,
Yes.
U.S. debt that is owned by China.
China, right?
And we found this really,
Interesting.
interesting
Yeah.
video by economist Richard Wolff.
Oh, yeah. He's...
And it's just got me thinking, like,
yeah.
what are the implications of this?
Right.
You know, what does it actually mean?
Yeah. So China owns, like, a lot of U.S. debt.
How much are we talking?
Well, it's about $800 billion.
100 billion.
800 billion.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot, right? It's actually...
That's huge.
Yeah, it makes them like the second largest holder
Oh, wow.
of U.S. debt.
So second to
Yeah.
Japan. Okay,
Yeah.
so, 800 billion, that's a big number.
It is.
But what does it actually mean for China to own our debt?
Basically, it's like they lent the U.S. government a ton of money.
Okay.
And just like any loan, the U.S. has to pay interest on that.
So that means,
Yeah.
like, American taxpayers are the ones paying China that interest.
So
So it's kind of like our money is going to China
yeah, going overseas
instead of being spent here.
instead of, being used here in the U.S.
Exactly. And that money comes straight out of the U.S. budget.
So that's less money for
Yeah, less money for all kinds of things.
I don't know, infrastructure,
Infrastructure.
healthcare,
Yeah.
education. Right.
Absolutely.
Like, imagine if that 800 billion
oh, yeah.
was like going to renewable energy or something.
Right. I mean, think of the jobs that could create.
Yeah.
We could be reducing our carbon footprint.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes what Wolf is saying in this video even more interesting.
What's he saying?
Because his argument is that
Yeah.
sending all this money to China
Right.
is actually helping them build up their military.
Well, now that's where it gets a little tricky. You know, it's not as simple as saying every dollar of interest we pay.
Go straight to their military.
Yeah, okay.
It's more nuanced than that.
Okay.
But it definitely contributes to their overall economic growth,
Yeah.
which means they have more money to invest in different things.
Right.
And that could include defense, of course.
Yeah.
It's kind of like we're giving them a financial boost.
And then they can choose
Exactly.
how to use it.
Yeah.
And Wolf seems to think that a lot of Americans just don't even realize this is happening.
Right. He thinks it's kind of a hidden reality.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting perspective, for sure.
It does make you wonder, though, right?
What do you mean?
Like, what are the long-term implications of, owing all this money to a country that...
To a country
that could be a rival economically or even militarily.
It definitely raises questions about the global balance of power.
Yeah, big questions.
Big questions.
It makes you wonder if maybe, are there other economists who disagree with Wolff?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, is there a different side to this?
There are definitely other viewpoints.
Okay.
Some argue that China owning our debt actually helps us.
Helps the U.S.
Yeah, they say it keeps interest rates low.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's complicated.
It is complicated.
A lot of different perspectives on this.
So I guess what we've learned today is this whole thing with U.S. debt and China is really complex.
It is.
And there's a lot at stake.
Absolutely.
So I guess the question now is, where do we go from here?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
What does this mean for the future?
Yeah.
For both countries and, for the world.
And for the world.
Yeah. No easy answers.
No easy answers. No. A lot to think about, though.
Definitely.
A lot to think about.
Well, thanks for diving deep on that with me.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Until next time.
See you then.